everyone, Sandi here. Today we are going to be looking at quite a special deck that actually came to me very recently and quite as a surprise actually. I did not know anything about this deck. I just randomly saw it, I think on Facebook. In one of the groups, somebody posted like just one card, and I immediately had to find out what that deck was. I immediately checked it out, Googled it, and found it on eBay for a really good price. So I got it, had it sent to my friend Krista, and she's now sent it on to me. And that is the Fairy Pack by Claire Namad and illustrations by Danuta Mayer. Hi guys, editing Sandi here. So, my mic seems to have had some kind of funny little day while I was filming this, and as I was editing now, I noticed that there's some weird electrical buzzing sound happening in the background. I will try and put some background music or something on here to mask it, but I hope that it's not too annoying to listen to, because this was a first impressions video. I can't really refilm it, so take it or leave it. I'm so sorry. I hope that it won't happen again in the future, but back to the video now. And on here it says, welcome the energy, wisdom and magic of the fairies into your life. And I cannot wait. This was obviously second hand. The box is a little bit dirty here and there, and it's not wrapped or anything, so yeah, and it's a bit dinged up here and there, but so excited to get into this. I've been waiting for so long. This is published by Walking Stick Press, it looks like. Yeah, so let's see what it says here on the back. It says, bring a little magic into your life with the Fairy Pack. Allow the people of Fairy to help you to solve life's problems and take a look into the future with their unfailing energy and ancient wisdom. Use the beautifully illustrated divinatory cards to help you consider important questions and to help you find your magical path through life. Explore the mysteries of the fairy world and experience the delight and enchantment that fairies will bring to your life. Alright, so this is because the deck wasn't very expensive, and I really liked the few cards that I saw online. I felt like I wanted to take the chance and get this deck. I have not watched a full walkthrough, so it's going to be super exciting to see all the artwork for the very first time. And yeah, I'm really excited, so let's get into it. So the box opens up like this. I believe that before we start, I should say, I believe that this deck is out of print, so it might not be as easy for everybody else to find it as it was for me, but so I feel very lucky in that regard. But the box opens up like this, and the guidebook is slotted in here together with the cards. Alright, so okay, the cards are not rounded. That's interesting. The card backs are like paper, like, flower paper. Very interesting. And here we have the book. Let's put that down there and put the box away. Okay, so Oh, who am I kidding? We're going to look at the book later. Let's look at the cards, shall we? Ooh, so excited. I hope they're in order. Well, at least it starts with number 1 on here, so that's a good sign. Okay. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, that is so cool. All right. Let's zoom in. There we go. All right, so we've got the Fairy Lady of Murias. That's cool. All right, so let's take a really close look at this artwork. It's gorgeous. I really love this soft color palette. Look at this really long hair that's kind of floating into almost her cape. And then we've got, she's holding something that looks like a big crystal almost. Yeah. And down here we've got oak leaves by her feet, and there's also some kind of berries or something here underneath her. I would like to say that it's rowan, but you know, that's just because I want it to be. It could also be lingonberries or cranberries, I don't know. Super pretty though. I really like how there's this light here in the background as well. Hang on, how many cards are there in this? I didn't actually say. Did it say anywhere? It did not. Alright, okay, let's move on. Oh, the Fairy of the Green Mist. Oh, look at these colors. Gorgeous. I love this. She's all green and she's got long flowy hair, and we have little lambs running with her here. Look at this. Look at this artwork. Oh, I love that. I really love that. Let's see if I can get... Yeah. Oh, the Elder Mother. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at her. Holding a wand of elder there. Look at her face. I love that she's got a unibrow. Wow. She looks really magical. Love her. Oh, this deck is giving me chills. The Wee Woman. Oh, honestly, I am so excited about this deck. Oh my goodness. Wow. The only thing is I think the titles would have looked better with something a bit more I don't know, a little bit more like the background here, like it would have looked better with something a bit more neutral instead of just black. And I think I'm going to be rounding the corners. Also, the cardstock seems very, I don't know, fragile. Like it's not going to, it's going to start warping if I shuffle it. Like it doesn't snap back really well. So that's a shame. But when was this actually published? 2003. Anyway, back to the cards. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I really like her as well. I like how she's framed by this like cave opening here. So, wow, yeah. The Fairy of the Sacred Stone. Okay, so we seem to have all kinds of cultures represented here as well, or different kinds of cultures. I really like that. Oh look, she's like standing on a man in the stone. Oh, that's so beautiful. There's a troll, and this deck is complete. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, he looks so gentle as well. A gentle giant. Oh, I love him. I love him so much. Wow. The mountain troll. Will-o-wisp, look at his little bum. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to see what the guidebook's like. The leprechaun, cool. His cheeky little face, look at that. Oh, here we've got the same card that's on the box and the book, the wood nymph. Oh, so pretty. Like look at that little fox. So cute. Love it. The green man. Wow. Oh, he looks so mischievous, and yeah, like you can't trust this guy. Love the spiral of oak leaves here as well in the background. There we go, here's the green man. Oh, maybe turn him the other way around. There we go. The Fairy Lady of Phineas. Ooh. Look at her swirling cape. That like blends into the background and the water. That's so cool. Wow. And the silky. Beautiful colours again. Really gorgeous. The little washer by the ford. Oh wow. That's so interesting. I can't wait to hear these stories. I really hope they are explaining or like telling the local stories about these creatures. The mermaid. Beautiful colours again. Oh. I feel the faces are a bit samey, but I really don't mind. The spirit of the pool. Very cool. Sorry. I could not help it. I had to. I apologize. I will show myself out. Oh. Cool tattoos there as well. Oh, the titty man. Look at this guy. He's such a perfect hermit. Oh. And I love the bird on his staff. Oh, that's so cool. Yes. The Underwater King. Wow. That is so gorgeous. Oh, I'm getting chills from this deck. It's so cool. I love it. Look at these colors again. Just love how these colors go together so well. Oh, the Fairy of the Nine Gifts. Wow. She really reminds me of some kind of Disney fairy, you know. Fairy godmother. The Fairy of the Sacred Dew. Wow. Looks like a spider web almost. Her dress. Niniane, Lady of the Lake. Is that a different name for Nimue then? Because I thought she was the Lady of the Lake. Love, love, love though. It's so beautiful. I love that there's these animals in most of the cards as well. And a plant. Really pretty. Excalibur. The Fairy of Lord Gorias. Sounds unfamiliar to me, but still really cool. Look at his his trousers are funny. I love it. Wow. The Fire Djinn. Ooh. Wow. That is very cool. Loblai by the Fire. Oh, this is so cute. Look at the cat. And then his face. He gives me Peter Pan vibes for some reason. Probably because of his stance, of how he's standing there with his hands on his hips. It's very Peter Pan-esque. Oh, the fairy lover. He looks or reminds me a lot about of Eric, the Disney Little Mermaid Eric, just because of the, you know, dark hair and the white shirt and the black trousers. Other than that, it doesn't look like him at all, but yeah. He looks like he's ready to lure someone away to the fairy realm. The Shining Company. Okay. That's super interesting as well. Seems like we have some kind of Native American fairy creatures here, which is interesting. To learn more about this. The Golden Fairy. Is that golden rod she's holding there, maybe? Oh, focus. What are you doing? There we go. The Little Man of Wishes. Oh. I love how jolly these little gnomes and leprechauns and stuff are. They're like jumping around. There's like some kind of drake looking thing in the fire here. I don't know. Dreamer in Starlight. Wow. Now he looks like a proper high elf or something. That's so cool. Love these sleeves. Look at that. How decadent. I do believe there's a flower in every card, which I really love. Fairy of the Three Cauldrons. Cool. Oh, she gives me Temperance vibes as well. Bridget, okay. That's super pretty. I like how she's kind of masculine looking as well in her face, like it's yeah, love that. The Fairy Lord of Phalias. Okay, he looks regal. Love the owl on his staff there. Yeah, super pretty. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, the Contombili. Never heard, and so exciting to learn something new. I mean, I guess I'm assuming this is some kind of maybe African culture fairies, maybe? Super nice. Oh. The Fairy Fool. Wow. Like a piper here. I really love his trousers. Colors are really gorgeous. Oh. Oh, the Fairy Piper. Okay, so we have another piper here. Oh. Guys, I'm in love with this deck. Oh, I really hope the guidebook is real good. The Fairy of the Sacred Breath. Oh, wow. Got mistletoe here and a key. And those snake thingies that I never learn what they're called. Cloud Sprite, wow. Oh, I can't. This is just so good. Dancer in Moonlight. Wow, she's so pretty. Fairy of the Northern Lights. Oh. Love that. Look at the colors that they've managed to get into the dress. It looks shimmering, pearlescent almost. Of the Four Winds. Gosh, I love the movement in these cards. He's got wings on his ankles as well, like Hermes. Robin Goodfellow. Oh wow. Again, very Peter Pan-esque clothing here. Also wings on his feet. As well as on his back. The Rainbow Fairy. Oh. Super insane hair. I love it. And this looks like the last card. The Unmanifest. Wow, so we've got the 4 elements and the 4 directions represented here, as well as what looks like to be basically the 4 suits, the swords, the wands. I don't know actually, hang on, we've got sword, spear, a cloud, and a spiral of some kind. Let's have a look in the guidebook. Ooh. Oh, I'm just full of rhymes today. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm dying to see how I can shuffle these cards. So let's try that first. Oh. They're a bit bigger than regular tarot, I believe. They shuffle well enough. It's just not very good cardstock, so I'll have to be very careful, I think. But they do shuffle, so that's the main thing. Okay, let's look at the guidebook. Let's not shake the camera, shall we? Alright. So exciting. The fairy book. Welcome the energy, wisdom and fairy magic of the fairies into your life. Full color. Luxurious. Welcome to the fairy pack. In the 17th century, an esteemed Scottish minister known for his stability, honesty, and practical approach to life wrote an extraordinary book called The Secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns, and Fairies. Robert Kirk, the author, was not a fanciful or poetic man. In fact, he is also remembered as the assistant of Robert Boyle, the famous scientist referred to as the father of modern chemistry. I did not know this. That's very interesting. Robert Kirk wrote his book in a spirit of scientific inquiry. In it he described all that he knew and had seen of the vast and hidden world of the fairies, the secret commonwealth. Most people dismissed his book, but those few who have known from age to age that fairies do indeed exist did not. They know that the fairies are literal and real and not a psychological projection or even an objective inner archetype. The Irish poet W.B. Yeats once summoned a fairy queen from her court within a rock. He was with friends who also experienced the visual reality of the fairy queen. He asked her if fairies were dramatizations of human moods. The fairy queen did not know what he was talking about, which I think is a natural reaction to anyone who asks you if you are a dramatization of their mood. She did tell him, though, that she and her people were much like human beings and do most of the things that human beings do. Yeats tried to explore her philosophy, but she became impatient and warned him, "Do not seek to know too much about us." The world has altered immeasurably since Kirk's and even Yeats' time. We seem to have left the fairies far behind. Miraculously, the opposite is true. Despite our pillage and pollution of the earth, despite the ravages of our materialistic philosophy, we are assured that a great change is coming to sweep aside the limits of human perception and to reunite us with the fairies and other beings of the spirit worlds. The fairies who once jealously guarded their privacy and were resentful of the cruelty, greed, and stupidity of humankind are now ready to embrace us if we will respect them, love them, and approach them in the right way. Okay? CS tell us that this renewal of brotherhood between humans and fairies is the only path that will lead us out of the polluted morass into which we have sunk our Mother Earth and therefore ourselves, for she is indeed our vessel. But it is not only our physical beings and our environment that the fairies will help us save. They will bring revivification, blessings, revelation, and joy to our souls and to our spirits. All that is required of us is to welcome them into our lives and listen to their teachings, for the fairies represent the wisdom and spiritual energy that is the refined dynamic of the outer manifestation of the 4 elements, and of the 5th, the quintessence, which is ether. Moonlight is the representation of ether in the physical world, and so fairies love to dance and play under the moon. They are centered in renewal, and it is renewal that they offer to our weary world and our tired philosophies, if we care to bring them into our lives. Okay, she seems very sure of this. I will not read the rest of this, but I will leave it here so that you can pause and zoom in and read yourself if you want. Alright, so here we've got then chapter 1, the fairy world, when and where fairies appear. We have fairy days, special days of the year. Fairy hours, hours of the angels. Okay. Fairy haunts. Fairies around the world. So here we've got some of those other cards mentioned. Attracting fairies into your life. I did not know this book was going to be about all of this. Making friends with fairies. Wow, okay. Connect with the inner child. Make peace with the fairies. Combine initial contact with observation. Fairy oil. Invocation. Toadstone fairy spell. Northern Lights fairy spell. I didn't realize there was going to be spells either. Chapter 3, how to use the card pack. Right, so now we get to the cards. We've got some spreads. The fairy ring, the horseshoe. The fairy castle. Wow. That's a big spread. Oh, wow. The 3 wishes. Your goal, greatest need, direction you need. Bridget has a spell. Alright, and meeting the cards is chapter 4. And then we have each card has each card has correspondences. So we have the element, the tradition, habitat, plant, herb, time of day, lesson, and then we've got interpreting the card, reversed, more information about the fairy and the story, and then a magical task. I can't believe this. This guidebook seems excellent. This is such a treasure. Oh my goodness. And then we've got an index at the end and the fairy mandala. Alright, exciting. Let's shuffle, let's pull a card and let's read the guidebook. Alright. My very first card from the fairy pack. So exciting. Oh, guys, I am in awe. This is so interesting. You can tell I'm struggling a little bit with the size here. Before we draw a card, I actually will take a standard tarot size and check. Yeah, look at that. That is quite a lot larger than a regular tarot card, in my opinion. At least for me and my little hands, it makes a huge difference. All right. One more shuffle. Let's see how the lower hand shuffle pretty nicely, but you can see, look how they are very thin, and I'm spreading crystals everywhere. And look how they've already bent quite a lot just from the little riffling I've done. So I think maybe I won't be able to riffle shuffle this deck, which is a shame. Oh, la la la. Do they fan all right? I don't think they will. No, they're quite clumpy. All right, so not very good cardstock, but I will forgive it for that. Let's pick that one. The Fairy Lady of Phineas is my very first card from this deck. How exciting! All right. Let's read about Phineas, shall we? She's number 11 in the book. All right, the Fairy Lady of Phineas. Element is water. Tradition is Celtic. I could have guessed that. Habitat, rainfall, pools, lakes, puddles, summer seas, spring water, dewdrops, rivers, streams, joyful music, and the spirit of children at play. Plant and herb, a water lily, that we can see down there in the corner. There. And water violet. I suppose that's a different name for water lily, maybe? Time of day is midday. Lesson. Phineas is the place of trust and innocence and bids you nurture and express your inner child. Wow, how fitting is that with all the inner child stuff I've been doing lately. You must also protect your child self and look to the protection of children around you. Trust, seek simplicity, be as a little child, and the complexities and impediments of your life will fall away. Wow. I am getting chills. Oh my goodness. Interpreting the card. Oh dear. Oh no. Christ said that unless we be as little children, we cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. It is important to recognize that the little child within each of us is not the foolish child who is petulant, willful, naive, and immature, but the divine wise child who is innocent or untouched by the adult world of cynicism, treachery, and impurity. The wise child trusts implicitly in the world of spiritual truth and beauty that adults obscure and reject. The wise child says, without spite, ridicule, or judgment, the emperor is wearing no clothes. It sees the simplicity of truth. It sees straight through all the layers of illusion in which we as adults dress up the truth according to our desires and agendas. People who hurt children have slain their own inner child because something within tempts them to destroy the power of the wise child, who shows the way out of darkness. We must always be vigilant in protecting our inner child and the children around us. Reversed. The cold, calculating intellect is too much in charge. It is called the slayer of the real, and is not sourced in wisdom. Look to the protection of children in your world. The fairy. Wherever water can reflect a star, the spirit of the fairy lady of Phineas breathes upon it and dwells within it. She is queen of the south of the fairy city of Phineas. She has dominion over the plant kingdom. Her symbol is the exquisite silvery orb of the moon. Meditate often upon this symbol, for it will link your outer personality with your inner child. She protects children and all young things that grow and blesses the child self within each adult. We cannot attain full maturity unless we honor this third aspect of ourselves, for within every soul is the three-faceted jewel of man, woman, child. The child within is wise, innocent, and trusting, and this fairy lady will awaken its voice. She is the Madonna enrobed in red at the heart, and at her heart she cradles the wise child, linking her to Sophia, goddess of wisdom. She is the spirit of music, and her delight is in dancing, playing, chanting, singing, and giving forth the enrapturing qualities of fairy melodies. Her story. There was a time when the people of the world turned against the sweetness and purity of the fairy city of Phineas in the south, and lost all their kindliness, innocence, and trust. Brother turned against brother, mothers and children were estranged. The fairy lady of Phineas cried out that the world would be lost if she did not save them. So she rose with the midwinter moon to shine her light of kindliness, innocence, and wisdom upon the people. Yet they ignored her. So she drew closer and closer to the earth until her light shone over a great marsh. Still the people paid no heed, and soon she had sunk so low she was buried in the bogland. Then a terrible darkness came. The world was filled with evil fairies, and the people at last realized their foolishness. Lamenting, they sought her dim light in the marsh and raised her up so that the fairy lady in the moon shone bright over the land. They returned rejoicing, their innocence and goodness regained. Okay. Magical task. You can train yourself to see the features of the fairy lady of Phineas upon the moon's full face. It is not a question of receiving a vision. Her face really can be traced among the markings of the moon, and once you have recognized it, you will always be able to see it. When looking at the full moon, people generally see what Sylvia Plath described as a face terribly upset and with the gape of complete despair. Okay. Once you have delineated this familiar face, relax. Ask the fairy lady to help you and let the image transform itself. Just like the famous silhouette of the Greek vase, which suddenly becomes the profiles of two heads gazing at one another, the sad face will jump into the sweet childlike features of a maiden wearing a garland of flowers upon her brow. Happy and serene, the moon will forever be your friend and comforter. Wow. It's really beautifully written this. I am in awe, actually. I don't have any words. I can't wait to continue getting to know this deck. It's wow. I can't seem to find any words. Let me know what you think. Do you have this deck? I had never heard of it before or seen it anywhere, and cannot believe I managed to snap it up for such a good price as well. Oh, I'm stunned. All right, so wow, thank you for watching, and yeah, please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm gonna go and read some more of this book now, so take care and bye.